Hello, Crystal Palace. Welcome to the Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Lunch. This is a place to share positive and useful local information, find out about our amazing community in a bit more depth, and just try and keep us all connected during this very strange time. So I'm very delighted to welcome my guest today, who is Nicola Bradshaw, the creator of the Dinosaurs. Nicola, thanks so much for joining me. Great to have you. Tell us a bit about you and the Dinosaurs.
Well, I guess I'm Nicola and I've lived in South London for nearly 6 years now, and Crystal Palace for about 3. So I'm from Newcastle originally, which I'm sure you'll fathom by my accent by the end of this. I suppose Dinosaurs kind of came about from lockdown last time. After lapping the park about 1,000 times, it felt during this year. It's been something which has kind of been a daily sort of habit, going for a walk around the park in the morning or after work. And yeah, it kind of came about from, Dinosaurs came about from that and sort of being inspired by seeing how happy the dinosaurs made people, and literally every single day there's someone looking at it, taking a photo of them, sending a picture to whoever of kind of what they're doing. And yeah, so that's my business. Off the side of that is kind of selling. I made cards and teas and mugs to support kind of the awareness, I suppose, firstly of the dinosaurs, and to kind of support the ongoing conservation which the Friends of Crystal Palace Dinosaurs do. So yeah,
amazing. Particularly valuable at the moment because of the couple of them got damaged, didn't they, a few months ago? So it's yeah, I'm sure they're very grateful for the extra support and things at the moment. Yeah, do you want to tell us a bit more about the products? You've got some there to show us, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. So I guess I started by doodling a little bit. Actually, I brought my original sketch. So the idea sort of came from yeah, as I say, kind of just walking around the park and thinking, what can I do? Because I feel like I wanted to support kind of getting more people to know about them. So yeah, I guess I started doodling, and this is my little Megalosaurus doodle, which ended up being sort of my centerpiece for all of my bits and bobs. So I've got a few cards which we've been selling at your market as well. So things, this one's kind of something which I made for early in the year. And we've got, yeah, a few of the bits and bobs which have Christmas cards. We've got kind of I love you cards, and so on and so forth. Also branched out to try and make a few mugs. I don't know if you can see those, but mugs with your mega on the back, which is pretty well. And I've made t-shirts as well. So we've kind of got a variety of adults and kids tees as well. So they're doing really well, and hopefully going to try and maybe make a few more different colours or maybe different kinds of those to try and yeah, just spread the word a little bit and obviously continue to support the dinosaurs.
Fab. And you've only been going a really short time, haven't you? In terms of the
Yeah,
actual business being online, that is.
yeah. It basically everything happened quite quickly, I guess. It started. It was a month ago, like a month and a few days now. I was having like a cup of tea with my boyfriend's grandma, and we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, all sorts of things, and we were talking about Crystal Palace Park and how like amazing the dinosaurs are. And yeah, when I got home, I sort of just started drawing and doodling, thinking I'll see if I can kind of draw something, and I don't know, somehow ended up here. So yeah, it's happened very quickly. I had the support of the library markets over the last couple of weeks as well, which has been really nice, because even just seeing people kind of pick something up which I've made and smile at it is like a very new and very different feeling to a day-to-day job. So yeah, really nice.
Because this is on top of a full-time job, isn't it? Doing something completely different.
Yeah, it's pretty much the opposite of what I do on a day-to-day basis, which is absolutely no drawing or kind of anything to do with dinosaurs. So yeah, it's just been really nice, and I think the support of like Crystal Palace community as well has been kind of invaluable to everything I've done so far.
Yeah. Have you found that your connection to the community has changed in the last few months?
I feel like if anything, it's probably a lot more. I feel a lot more involved in things, and definitely feel, I don't know, even just like walking around the triangle, like there's been people that have kind of kept us going. Not just me, just generally the community over the last, specifically like the last year, I think, because everything's got a bit mad, hasn't it? And even just things like, I don't know, getting a cup of coffee from Neil at like
Blowing dandelion.
or him keeping us going on when nothing was open, fueling me with brownies was definitely, yeah, things like that have kind of just meant a lot. And I know even like helping small businesses as well is just such a huge shift in my mind, because I guess I would typically be quite, I don't know, just, not lazy, but I suppose you just get in the habits, don't you? And I guess it's made me really think about just being grateful for what we've got on the doorstep and making sure to support them.
And I guess you're seeing it from the other side now that you are a small business as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's and it's mad. Like I feel like no one ever really, I don't know, I've never experienced like a buzz quite like it when I first sold something on Etsy to somebody that I like don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing in my kind of career so far at work has ever made me feel almost just like proud, but yeah, excited as well.
Yeah. It's really different when you've created a physical thing, isn't it? That
Mm,
somebody buys and you hand it over, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very different to, yeah, just anything else that I've experienced in my career before. So yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Just before we carry on, I want to say hello to everybody who's watching. So I can see that we have Shane and Nick, and I can see that we have several more people, but I can't see your names. So we always love it when you kind of say hello, give us a shout out. If you've got any questions for Nicola, please do ask them. Just drop them in the social media feed, whatever page you're on. And it's always really nice for us to have a reminder that our chat is not just going into an abyss, but is actually there's people connecting with it. So please do give us a wave, say hello. ask any questions that you've got. So Nicola, clearly from the amazing standard of what you've produced, and it's lovely seeing the kind of original drawing as well as how it's translated onto all the products. So you've clearly done this before. This is not like you've suddenly decided to start drawing in the last couple of months. So what's your kind
Oh
of
no, I've
background?
definitely only just started drawing in the last few months. My if I feel like I wish I could have, I definitely didn't keep it. So if I think back to like my even like at school, I used to love art, but I'm very impatient as a person and like just was never, I don't know, never patient enough to sort of see it out or give it kind of time to, I don't know, like things like, for example, I remember in my GCSE art exam, I had it in my mind. I was like, right, I'm going to do a fabulous New York scene with like these yellow taxis, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it. And I remember in the middle of it, just like painting over it all and being like, oh my goodness, this is the
Oh,
worst ever. Um, and yeah, I mean, I haven't necessarily done, um, not done anything. I've dabbled with things. I don't know. I've done a bit of like embroidery and cross stitch and stuff. I really love that interior design and that sort of creative side. But in terms of actually drawing things, I guess I've sort of just taught myself in that how to use like Illustrator and things like that to support moving it onto cards. So I suppose my first couple of things weren't perfect, with a few little like mistakes when I've printed it, and I'm like, oh no. But I'm learning and getting there.
yeah.
So yeah,
Sometimes you just have to jump in and do it, don't you? And then kind of work out what's gone wrong and how to fix it as you go.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, one of my best friends actually does ceramics. So she, I've supported her with like a few markets and stuff before. So I guess in terms of like market side, my previous background was in retail. So
Ah,
sort of thing, I guess I had a bit of an idea about it. It was more the kind of design element of it and kind of making sure things like learning about what a crop and a bleed is on a. So when you're sending stuff just under print, I'm like, oh, don't know what that means. So things like that I've sort of figured out as I've gone along.
yeah, yeah, amazing. And we've got a comment from Nick who says, "Hello, all cool merchandise." Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
It is very cool. It's very cool. So you said that you've been doing the library markets. Is that the ones in the car park with the reindeer and stuff the last
Yeah,
few weeks?
yeah. I think I was more excited than a lot of the children, to be honest, because there's actual reindeer there. I don't know what I was expecting. Wasn't expecting them to be there. Uh,
Yeah, they were really cool.
yeah, so
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun and nice to meet a lot of people in the local area as well.
yeah, absolutely. So how are you actually how are you does it actually work? So you're selling everything online, and you're designing it yourself. But how do you get from your design to posting it out or delivering or whatever? What are the in between
So
stages?
I've used a few printing companies to support with like the making of the cards. I kind of the company I used first provided envelopes, which I didn't really like, so I've moved over to a nice new purpley colour and got some pink and pastel green colours coming as well to sort of match with the colours that I'm going with. And yeah, I guess in terms of that, it's just making sure that I'm working with the right people to create what I want. So again, a few of the t-shirts have had, I don't know if they've had any sort of marks or anything on them. I don't want to sort of send something out which I'm not happy with, or
Hmm,
don't want to kind of disappoint people, especially when I'm just starting off. I think it's
yeah,
important that what I'm making is, um, yeah, right for what I expect, I suppose. So being going back and forwards with that a little bit, but yeah, overall, really happy with the people that I've used to supply, especially the mugs have been amazing. I love the colours inside. I don't know if you can see it, but
oh
it's like just a really nice,
yeah,
different design. So yeah,
awesome. And actually, probably quite helpful. Like my mugs, most of my mugs are white on the inside, and you can see the tea stains and stuff.
yeah,
So, a bit of a color inside is a really nice idea. Sort of mitigate that a bit.
yeah.
How have you found it starting a new business during the pandemic? I mean, it's very kind of brave and creative.
Yeah, I feel like I took a bit of a risk in that I had absolutely zero sort of experience. Sort of I drew it a few things and sort of sent them around to my friends and was like, "What do you think? Is this like cute? Is this terrifying? Is this would you buy this?" And I suppose a lot of people aren't from Crystal Palace as well, so I guess probably were a bit like, "What on earth is that?" Because they don't. The Megalosaurus doesn't obviously look how most dinosaurs kind of are drawn as a sort of a modern day picture of him. But yeah, so I guess I wasn't sure on how that would work. But I suppose I guess I was quite confident in my mind that people in Crystal Palace are kind of we live and are very passionate about things in the community, especially the dinosaurs. So I think I was quite confident in that if I made something which people thought was cute, that it would go down well. So yeah,
And also, I mean, dinosaurs in general are very popular, aren't they still?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't necessarily need to be from Crystal Palace to like it.
Yeah, this is true. I have sold a few outside of the area, which is like again quite a big milestone for me. I was very
Yeah.
excited. Someone outside of like I think someone in Brighton bought something in somewhere else in Kent. So word is spreading.
Yeah. Awesome. So that kind of answers one of my other questions, which was, is how are you delivering them, sort of posting them? Does it matter where people live? And apparently, I guess not.
I've been yeah, if they're in the local area, I've been trying to go and hand deliver and gets my steps up from sitting working at my desk all day. So that's quite nice. Yeah, otherwise, as well, because the post's been a little bit off the last couple of weeks. So trying to make sure people get things in Christmas. I've been trying to deliver locally, like just walking and dropping them off. Um, but yeah, otherwise, obviously having to rely upon Royal Mail to get things there on time. All fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're probably a bit swamped this year because, well, I
Mm,
don't know, but I imagine people are doing even more than normal in terms of posting gifts to people and cards and things,
yeah.
because we're not going to see as many people. So,
Mm,
yeah, I guess they're probably even more swamped than normal.
yeah. A little bit busy, I think.
Yeah. So, do you have any observations or tips or advice for anybody else who's thinking about starting things? Because obviously the last few months it's been so weird, and I think lots of people have been starting businesses or starting kind of creative projects, and
Mm.
yeah, do you have any advice or tips or anything for people who are wanting to start something?
I guess it's trying to sort of gauge a bit of a reaction without having to spend too much money is probably my biggest tip, which I suppose is quite an obvious one, but also quite difficult to sort of do. Because I guess what I didn't want to do was spend hundreds of pounds on something which then I'm just going to sit in my flat and be like, oh, right, everyone's getting a dinosaur mug for the next 10 years for Christmas. So just, I suppose, trying to gauge a kind of a minimum viable product of like something small and see if that works. And I think as well, my main thing has just been like the amazing support of the community, especially like people. So I've got a few cards in a couple of the local stores, and I guess I was absolutely terrified to walk in and be like, "Hello, do you want any of my product in your store?" And actually, I suppose that's something which a Newcastle phrase, which is "shy burns getting out," which basically means if you don't ask, then you don't get. So I suppose that would be my other bit of advice in that just sort of ask for other people, even like asking other people in the area around sort of if you can kind of get a gauge of how someone else does something, or like I say, asking, for example, that when I asked it was in Brave Girl, the gift store next to the library and the Paxton Centre, um, like asking that for them to kind of stop my product was absolutely terrifying for me. But I suppose just worst case scenario, they said no. So yeah,
And what did they say?
yeah, they said yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, cool. I've got another comment. Vic, who says, yes, we Kent people like Megasaurs too, though there's a dragon in my local park and nothing can top that. Well, that's fair enough. I think we all have connections to our local, strongest connections to our local things, I suppose.
Exactly.
And actually, speaking of which, I think the megalosaur was one that did get damaged, wasn't it?
Mm.
So it's lovely that it's particularly lovely that that's what's on your products at the moment.
Yeah, he yeah, the bottom of his jaw fell off. That's a bit, bless him.
It's really sad. I think just for anybody who wasn't watching at the beginning, I think you should show us the range again.
I'll get the my little cards out. So I've got basically an assortment of accessories that I could draw. So we've got Christmas, we've got I love you, a mega home, and then I did just draw kind of a generic rainbow. I really like the colours in this one. I think it's if I was to pick one. And then yeah, I've got my mug, which comes in a few colours.
Show us the inside.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you'll
have pastel pink.
Say it again. You'll have to talk while you show it because otherwise the picture's.
Oh, sorry, but there's a nice pastel pink in there, and this comes in. I've got it in green, and I was thinking about doing it in a yellow as well, just to sort of branch out a little bit. And then we've got t-shirts, which are I've got those in all children's sizes and adults, kind of unisex as well. So yeah,
amazing. And what would be kind of ideally your next? Where would this go next? So you've got some ideas about different colours and stuff. Is there anything else that you're sort of thinking about?
I think so. I guess I've drawn another. I've drawn a few of the other dinosaurs. So I guess trying to sort of finesse them and make sure I'm happy with those, and probably branch out with those. And again, I think probably branching out in terms of just like print on the tees because they've done really well. And get a bit of feedback from the people who stocked my product as well, and see if there's anything, I don't know, things that people didn't like. And yeah, kind of go from there. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, so I guess any other markets and things I'll probably try and get involved with, anything local. And hopefully, yeah.
We have plenty of local markets.
I know. Plenty
hopefully,
of those.
if they're actually able to happen fully. But yeah, lots of options. So it's very cool. Excellent. So tell us how we can find out more. So obviously the products are available in Brave Girl Gifts and the Paxton Centre.
Yeah.
And just selling them online as well.
Yeah, I've got my Etsy store, which is CP Dinosaurs. And then I've also got an Instagram account, which is probably the easiest way, or Facebook as well. If you've got any questions or anything around, or any suggestions or kind of requests for designs as well, something, yeah, just reach out to me on there. That's probably the best way of asking any questions. And yeah, Etsy for any products. Yeah.
Amazing. I do love the name. It really caught my attention. Was that how did you come up with that?
Again, just probably sitting doodling, thinking of, I think, yeah, just played around with the word dinosaur and thought that sounds good. Yeah, it's like, I guess it's quite a catchy little name. So
yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. Oh, amazing. Is there anything else you want to tell us about it in the last couple of minutes?
No, just I guess to say thank you to everyone who's bought anything over the last couple of weeks, because it's been an amazing reaction, and I'm just really grateful. And all of the support for the charity as well is obviously really good, because it'll allow Mega and his pals to continue to be kept looking spick and span.
And you sort of touched on this, but just to be more specific, is there's a percentage of the profit goes direct to the Friends of Crystal Palace Dinosaurs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's 10% of everything. Any sales, 10% of it goes straight to the dinosaurs, the Friends of Crystal Palace Dinosaurs charity.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, it's really lovely. Thank you so much for coming to have a chat. It's been...
No, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That's a pleasure. I'm gonna look out for your products around the triangle now. uh, awesome.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you so much. Just before we finish, guys, I've got a couple of things to remind you about. So both of these are slightly personal, so bear with me. But Nick, this one's for you since you're the choir member who I can see is watching. Palace a Cappella is involved in a couple of things that are happening in the next few days. So the first thing is that we have been working very hard, sadly mostly online this term, and we have created 2 Christmas singles, both of which are going to be on sale in aid of the Library Hub. So if you buy them, the money goes directly to making sure that we can keep the doors open and the lights on in the Upper Nord Library Hub. So we are asking for a donation of just £3 for both of them together. So basically, for the price of a cup of coffee, you can have one of your lovely local choirs providing some Christmas music for you over the next few weeks. So these are available for pre-sale, and we'll be emailing the tracks out next week. So please do have a look. I'm sure Rin has already put the link in the social media feed. So the pre-sale is now available on the Upper Norwood Library website. So please do support us, support the Library Hub, and acquire some lovely Christmas tunes into the bargain. And if you'd like to see the videos that go with these, you can see that on Monday when we are hosting a Christmas choir Sing-A-Thon. So the Sing-A-Thon has been going for quite a while now, usually in person in the Fox and Firkin pub in Ladywell, set up and run by Kat Chin. But obviously at the moment we can't have a load of choirs singing in a pub. So we are doing it online instead. It's going to be huge fun. It's Palace a Cappella, Crib Notes, a Quaggy Community Choir, which are 3 local choirs that you guys might have come across, mainly because my face gets involved in all of them at some point. And also Jake Alexander, who you may well know. And then there's several other choirs as well, all kind of local South London choirs who are going to showcase what they've been working on. So the virtual videos that they have been creating over the last few weeks and months. And believe me, having done it, it takes a huge amount of work and effort to create a virtual choir video, because it usually involves creating some very precise guide tracks, sending it out to all your choir members, asking them to individually record either audio or video and send it back. And then you have to try and mix and align all of the however many tracks and videos you get back, and try and create something that is polished and ideally also sounds like your choir. So it's a very hard balance to find, and it takes a lot of time. So we would love you to come and support the Sing-A-Thon Monday at 6:30 p.m. through the Upper Norwood Library Hub Facebook page and YouTube channel. It is free. You can just turn it on and watch, or have it in the background while you make your dinner. But again, any donations that we receive through the Sing-A-Thon are going directly to keep the Upper Norwood Library Hub open. So we really appreciate that, any donations, but also likes, shares, spreading the word. All of those things are incredibly useful to help us keep going. So please do tune in 6:30 on Monday to see a whole load of lovely choir videos, some of which are festive as well. So it's a bit of extra fun. That's it from us for today. So again, Nicola, thank you so much for coming to talk to us about the Dinosaurs. I'm certainly going to be buying some stuff off you a bit later. I have Christmas presents that need buying. It's been really lovely to chat to you and find out a bit more. Stay safe, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.